that was kind of always in you, that like never really putting yourself out there, how did you, like, knowing that you wanted to do music and commit to that, and how fucking brutal it all is, but also how much you have to put yourself out there, how did you get there in your brain? Like, someone who's maybe scared of social situations, to be like, I'm going to be on stage then.
I don't know. I think that there was always that disconnect because, like, with the whole internet stuff, it was so anonymous, you know.
True, yeah.
And I never, like, I never put songs on YouTube to be heard. They were for me because I was in between my mum and dad's, and I wanted to be able to, like, I just picked up the guitar, and I wanted to be able to watch last week's video and be like, am I any better than that? And like, I almost, as soon as people started watching, I almost deleted, you know, everything, because I was just so scared. I didn't do it for that.
Wow.
And so I think what helped me deal with that was the fact that it was just so anonymous. And like, it took me years to do my first gig. It was my stepmom, like, basically forced me to do an open mic in Oxford. Well, I mean, I'm sure I could have said no, but she like set it up, and, you know, and it happened. It was to 52 people.
Wow, that's quite big for a...
Yeah, it was like an arts festival, I guess. Brasenose College in Oxford. And like, I remember just being so terrified, and as soon as I did it, I was just like, I need to do this forever.
Wow.
And it was just that, because I basically shut my eyes whenever I perform. I'm extremely self-indulgent, because if I open it, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
you know?
this is too much.
There's 400 people in Yeovil singing my lyrics back to me. You know, that would be enough for me to be like, oh my God, I need to leave. Well, not so much, but like, I'll forget the lyrics.
Yeah.
So I like always, and I remember Warner Brothers were never happy. They were like, had me see like performance coaches and stuff, because they're like, you need to open your eyes, you need to. And I was just like, the fact that I'm closing my eyes is the only reason that I can like pluck up the courage to do it. And I've become much better. I've dealt with that much better recently, you know, and actually it's only been very recent that I've been able to like listen to my music and be like, do you know what, this is, I'm happy with this, you know, because I never enjoyed listening to my voice, like, ever. And it's only, like I said, it's only been very recently that I've like sometimes actively thought I'd like to hear myself sing that, you know, which I think is a massive step.
That is
I never
huge.
thought I'd be able to like seriously believe that. So like, that for me was a big I don't know, confidence boost, I guess.
So do you think now, having done music for the last 7 years, that your confidence has been boosted, or do you think a lot of the time it just gets worse?
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I don't know. I've just learned the hard way that you can't please everybody, and I think that is like such a valuable lesson to learn. And am I okay with that? I mean, do I understand that? Yes. Am I okay with that? You know, probably somewhere deep in my brain, I would like everybody to enjoy what I do, but it's just not the case, and it won't happen. And I think that, I don't know if that's made me any more confident, but I think it's just grasping that idea that people aren't going to like everything you do. You know, I have favorite bands, favorite artists that sometimes I'm like, well, I'm not really into this, you know, or whatever it is. And I just understand that nothing is ever like 100%, you know, it's very rarely 100%. And I just have to kind of know that when I'm releasing something, or when I'm writing something, I guess.
It's a fucking weird one. As we were discussing earlier, the music industry is a head fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it.
Do you know, it's taken, I've certainly been through that.
The ringer.
Yeah, and through that like mindset of, I just want out, you know. But I like I said out there, I'm feeling really good about this kind of next step, and I might, you know, might go up in flames and whatever, but right now I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, and I am really looking forward to like, making the next step, I guess.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for you.
Thank you.
And I know you said that you did, there was 1 year, was it 2017, where you did like 150 gigs in a year. Was that, would you say, one of those moments was probably the lowest moment of your musical?
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was like...
What made you do that many gigs?
Well, it's just the way it worked out. Like,
right.
The main thing for me was that I did like maybe half, 2/3 of it like alone. I was in America without anybody, you know, and I was like traveling with merch, suitcase, guitar.
Oh my god, fuck that. That sounds like my worst nightmare.
And it was just seriously horrible. And I remember that last night, like being in the hotel, and I was in Louisiana, I think, and I was just like bawling. I ordered Uber Eats, and they sent me the wrong thing.
And that was the trigger.
It was still tasty though.
Okay,
it was still
that's
tasty.
Good.
No, I was crying long before that, and I remembered like I looked up my itinerary because. But I was 24 at the time, and so I couldn't really rent a car in the States. You have to be 25 unless you pay like a big premium. And so like I was flying most days, and I'm a pretty awful flyer. I really don't enjoy flying. And I don't know, like 2 out of 5 days I was taking 2 flights, you know, just because there wasn't a direct flight from, you know, wherever it is. And so my like ritual was, after doing the gig, and I'd sell all of my merch as well. After doing all of that, I'd get back to the hotel like 1 a.m, 2 a.m, and like look at the itinerary, set an alarm, get ready to, you know, book an Uber if it was usually like a 5 a.m. lobby call or whatever.
Wow.
And I remember just getting into the hotel, looking at the itinerary, like, okay, what do I do tomorrow? And Matt, my manager, had put like, fly home, like you're done, rest.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like,
I just got shivers.
I was seriously like, I had to say the room had 2 beds, and one of the beds was like the crying bed. I like used that bed exclusively just to bawl my eyes out.
God.
And then slept in the other one because you know, it's more comfortable that way. But and it was a happy cry, really.
The relief of
but it was just like, I'm done. And I think any industry, any hobby that is your reaction to finishing something, like you really have to take a hard look at it and be like, is this sustainable? And so from that point I kind of vowed never to do it that way again. It was seriously, I do not do that. Don't do that. I really don't like my own company at the best of times, but that was just like painful. I was going to like full rooms in Baltimore or whatever, you know, and then going to the dressing room and just being empty and being like, I just want a hug, you know. I just want someone say good work or whatever. It's horrible.
I can't even believe
horrible.
You did it, to be honest. Like I struggle having Dan and like Ant, who kind of tour managers, and there's 3 of us, and there's always chats, and we're always doing all the gear together.
Yeah.
And I struggle with that, like, let alone doing 150 of those by myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I would have pulled out. I don't know how you made it to the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not all 150 were solo.
Right.
A lot of, you know, we did like the UK and the Europe and the Australia. That was all with the band, and that was great.
How long was the American stint?
Well, I spent like 4 months in America.
Oh my God.
Broken. You know, I went 4 times.
Jesus.
Yeah. And all. One actually has a lie. One of them, Matt came. My manager came. Yeah, and earlier in the year.
Yeah.
But the other 3 were